Hello and welcome to Extra Time. Shaka, you've been away for a while, and I've been wanting to ask you this for a bit. How do you think Harry is going to get on in the jungle?
What?
Harry Redknapp is in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which kicks off this weekend, I believe, in England.
No. No. Harry's not a jungle dude.
He is now.
He is now?
No,
he's
not for long.
He's going to have to eat all sorts of...
Yeah, do you know the premise of the show?
I know the premise of the show.
So all the celebrities get dropped into the jungle
and you have to just kind of survive and they give you
horrible things. You've got to eat.
Nah, Harry can't. No. I'll be home soon.
First out.
Hold on, how do you know Harry can't eat these things? Has there been a training session you had years ago?
Harry just had a...
Is he a shepherd's pie, mince and potatoes?
Yeah, he had a taste for, you know, high-level stuff. He wasn't...
Really?
Well, this is high-level stuff, OK.
It never impressed me.
Would you ever do it? How much would they have to pay you?
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on, there's got to be a price.
All you got to do is go for a day and then say, get me out of here.
No, but there'll be something in your contract.
You know what he'd do? He'd take his own in.
Yes, Tupperware.
Get on give me some snacks.
So what have you got there, Steve? I've got some stuff to keep me warm. It's a shepherd's pie and...
Some chips, some crisps.
Don't tell him, keep it yourself.
Just Eleanor would be there.
Leek and potato soup, obviously.
Would you do it, Stevie?
No chance.
How much money are we talking about here? How much money are we talking
Let's
about?
say 300 grand.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah?
No, but as you said, there's no way there's not clauses in there that can't just
you've got to
come
stay,
round after 10 minutes and go.
300 grand.
All right, geez,
300 grand doing
I couldn't eat that stuff.
Plus you're sleeping in the jungle.
Not a chance.
With no, there's no tents or anything.
No.
You're just sleeping with all the little beasties.
Yeah,
Don't like beasties. Don't like the dark.
300 grand?
Can't have a beer.
No, can't have a beer.
Well, that's the most important. Can't have a beer.
Honestly, hate camping.
Can't play golf.
What do you think is worse, going to the jungle or sitting through Sid's lecture on the Civil War and how it affected...
I could sit through that.
Sid, is that what you were doing in London yesterday?
I could do that. So that sounds very interesting.
What was the lecture that you gave?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. On the political ramifications of Barcelona in this whole Catalan process. Very exciting.
Wow.
I was thinking about this with Harry Redknapp. You know, if Harry Redknapp really does go to the jungle and really does finally spend months and months. My earpiece is falling out. Spend months and months, not eating anything. He might finally be able to use one of his favourite phrases and actually mean it. Because he might genuinely be down to the bare bones by the end of it, which I'm looking forward to.
So he's done that.
Also, how is Harry going to survive without having a car window to lean out of?
That could be his luxury item, the car door.
He's actually taking Sky Sports News in with him.
Just Jim White.
Jim White wearing the yellow tie to go, Harry, anything happening there? I said, I think you've gone a bit far there. I mean, I think it's edited. I don't think they're actually in there for months and months.
Okay, all right.
I don't know
it just
how long
feels like it for them, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you've discussed this before, actually, first week. What really happens in the locker room during half-time? I remember I was talking about this before when you you were shocked that everyone was having cups of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cup of tea.
Well, because nobody drinks tea like the English, quite clearly.
Yeah.
And coming from Trinidad, the last thing we and the Scots, excuse me. But coming from Trinidad, the last thing we're drinking is a hot drink. Nobody's drinking that. So I go to England, everybody's having tea. It's weird, and there's no other option. Like if you wanted water, you had to go to the bathroom and open the tap.
Every team had the biggest kettle.
Right.
Big,
It's a
huge
tea,
thing.
the kettle boils water.
You had to have 2 hands to actually pour it.
And
That's how big it was.
One of the apprentices, that was his job.
Right.
To make sure the tea was ready right in half-time, so you get a fresh pot.
Don't want to be randy, but it's a TM.
All right.
Kettle boils
My name's
water.
Stephen, by the way, not him.
What was you hoping to drink? Whiskey?
Water!
Oh, my backside.
What were you like at half-time, when you were coaching?
Tired.
Cup of tea.
But were you shouting?
Oh, depends. Depending on how things were going. Hey, if you're 2-0 up and everybody's playing well, it's great fun. Everybody's happy, everybody's smiling.
What if you're
getting battered 3-0?
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you're getting battered, you actually pull off a little bit. If you're getting if you're getting battered but it's only 1-0,
Right.
then you can lay into some people because you're still in the game and you're, you know, at 3 and 4-0, it's a damage limitation. You don't want it to mess you up for the rest of the month or the season or whatever. And so it really depends.
Why are you leaning down to left like that?
Steve,
I'm just thinking.
What's the worst thing you've ever said to a player at half time? Like the nastiest thing you've ever said to a player?
Oh.
Well, I did almost get into fisticuffs with Danny Hernandez once.
Why? What happened?
He ate his shepherd's pie. He was playing all right, but he ate his shepherd's
I can't remember now. I did, not at half time, it was after a game. There was a player actually that I let go a week after. We played a game and we were 2-0 down, there was like 15 minutes to go, and he pulled out of a challenge at the top of the box. He basically chickened out.
Right.
And I just couldn't stomach it. And I told him in front of everybody after the game that he'd done it and it wasn't acceptable, but the next day we got back, or the next day we were training after that game, I couldn't even look at him. Couldn't look at him.
And that was it, he was gone.
Aye. I was like, this guy has to go. Can't have it.
Worst
So
thing-
we let him go the following week.
Wow.
What, is that what you told him, Did you tell him that?
I'd already told him.
All right.
Hey,
That's
he
probably
wouldn't
why he did
look
it.
at me either, by the
All
way.
right.
He was walking around like that because he knew.
Do you know one of the most unprofessional things I ever heard? Ian Porterfield, he's not with us anymore. But Dave,
Former Chelsea coach.
former Chelsea coach, Dave Besant, who was an England international, played for Wimbledon, Newcastle, Chelsea and others, had a horrendous game one game. He did make a couple of mistakes, the big man. And Ian Porterfield went on live TV off the back of it and said he was sacked.
Wow.
He said he was sacked. He'll never play for Chelsea again, he's sacked. Now, clearly...
What was
you
that
can't-
like the next day at training?
Clearly you can't sack him
Yeah.
for making a mistake, but that's what he said.
Wow.
But I've told you the story, haven't I?
I don't know.
Ian Porterfield loved to join in training. He loved to join in with the five-a-sides
Right.
during the week. And so he did join in, I think I told the lads, he did join in the five-a-sides later on that week, and he then decided to go for a cross, and the opposing goalkeeper came out to get the cross, and he was one David Besant,
Wow.
and he came out with the knees up and smashed Porterfield, who went into the physio, and it was found out that he had broken ribs.
Wow.
So he got his own back.
And Besson obviously played again, yeah?
Yeah, because Ian Porterfield eventually left the club.
Wow.
But I mean,
Porterfield coached Trinidad and Tobago. He came to Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Suffice to say, I'm not a fan.
Right.
I'm not a fan. He one time we were going to play an international, and he insisted that everybody report early.
Okay.
Harry asked if I could stay and play the game on the Saturday. He was like, no, you have to be on the plane on Thursday or wherever day it was. So I went to Harry, told him, you could imagine, Harry wasn't pleased. Turned out, he let Dwight stay and play for United on the Sunday. So when I come back, I got both barrels from Harry and threatened to never release me for international duty and all that sorts again. When I pulled Porterfield about it, we were traveling. He took off and went on the plane, and then sat on the plane, and then so I'm standing in the aisle of the plane,
Right.
arguing with Porterfield about this.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I would make the call, but they don't allow you to turn on your phone on the plane. It wasn't pretty. So after that, that was it. That was it for me and him. I'd never.
Shaq.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Oh dear. Should we move on?
Yeah, please.
Will Santi Solari be rated successful, Sid, if he wins only the Copa Del Rey at Madrid? What does he need to win to be tagged successful?
I think the Copa del Rey probably wouldn't be enough, but it will depend on how far they go in the Champions League and how close they are in La Liga, because of course he's picked up the team at this point. So in other words, the failure wouldn't be seen as necessarily his. So if Madrid become a team that compete really well in the Champions League and say get to the semi-final or even the final, and they're unfortunate not to win it, and if they can push, say, Barcelona or Atletico or whoever it is, or Sevilla all the way in the league, then I think that probably will be seen as a success. But as a basic starting point, no, a Copa del Rey on its own is not enough at Real Madrid. But I think when you've picked it up at his point, maybe it would be.
Finally, favourite vacation destinations. Shaka probably has a top 10 list. It's a good one. I like that.
Top 10 for
That's
this year.
your fault.
It's not my fault. It's your fault for having all these holidays.
No, I'm always here. I'm not on holiday. You've made people think that.
Where would you go on vacation?
Anywhere Eleanor wants to.
Really?
Wherever she wants to go, that's my favourite.
But is there a place that
destination.
you would like? Are you a beach man?
Do I look like a beach man?
No, you don't. This is
Ginger hair,
Like a
pasty
beach whale.
Scottish person, loves the beach. I don't think so.
And he's scared of sharks.
You won't go in the sea because
I won't go in the sea. I don't like the water. Hate getting all the sand in my beard and everything in my sannies.
Yeah.
So now that's out.
Sardies.
Yeah.
I think he means sand shoes. Or do you mean sand
No,
shoes
it's
or sandwiches?
sandwiches.
Both. Sand shoes and sandwiches.
So,
You
Do you like swimming pools? Do you like the chlorine? Or is it all water that you don't like?
No, I'm not keen on the water. I'm just not keen on the water.
So what do you
I'm
do?
not keen on the sun or the water.
so what would you do on a holiday? Just
Whatever she wants.
right.
Well, if she wants you to go, right, hold on, you're not keen in the water, you're not keen in the sun, you're not keen in the
Sit,
beach,
sit underneath the lilo.
the umbrella.
Steady.
If you're sitting underneath the lilo, Steve, you're probably drowning.
No, I'm hiding for the sun.
Okay, I think that's enough.
So where do you go on holiday? Right,
Anywhere she wants to go.
when you were
tell
young-
me. I couldn't care less where we go. I really,
Right,
couldn't- I really don't care
Here's
where
another
we
way.
go.
Where's the nicest place you've been? You thought, oh, I'd come back here.
Yeah.
I've been to lots of nice places.
I'll be lots of
Yeah, lots of it.
I'm
Sun
not saying
City.
you haven't.
Sun City,
Tell us
South
one.
Africa was nice.
Oh, did you go there with the missus?
I did, yeah.
Go where, Stevie? Sorry.
Sun City, South Africa.
There we go. Perfect.
Portugal.
Was it a freebie?
Portugal.
Was Sun City a freebie?
That's it. ESPN
Portugal's
FC
nice.
is back on your screens tomorrow. We'll be looking back at the US, England, it's Croatia, Spain as well, Belgium, Iceland. Please join us.
Best to go somewhere that's landlocked. With a lilo.